We all look up at the same sky. We see the same sun, the same moon, the same stars. But how we actually understand what we're seeing, well, that can be completely, profoundly different. Today, we're going to explore two incredibly powerful ways of reading the story that's written in the stars.
Just think about the moon for a second. It waxes and wanes in this perfect, repeating cycle, right? We all know this. But what is that cycle really for? Is it just some beautiful cosmic accident, or is it something more? That one simple question, it turns out, opens up two entirely different worlds of knowledge.
All right, let's dive into this with the first perspective, the one that sees the entire cosmos as this magnificent, predictable machine, a kind of grand clockwork in the sky. So, from this point of view, the moon's phases are a direct result of celestial mechanics. It's this beautiful, repeating 29.5-day dance. As the moon orbits our planet, the angle of the sun hitting it changes, which lights up different parts of it from where we're standing. We get the new moon, then the waxing crescent, the first quarter, the waxing gibbous, that glorious full moon, and then it starts to shrink back through waning gibbous, third quarter, and waning crescent. It's an incredibly reliable, predictable cycle.
And this clockwork precision is also what lets us predict even rare events, like eclipses. The definition itself is pretty simple, right? It's just one object in space casting a shadow on another. But the results, well, they are absolutely spectacular.
Now, what's so cool about this is how a tiny change in alignment creates two totally different cosmic events. For a solar eclipse, the lineup is Sun, Moon, Earth. Our tiny moon manages to perfectly block the massive sun from our view. But for a lunar eclipse, the Earth gets in the middle, Sun, Earth, Moon. And our own planet's shadow falls right across the face of the moon. It's all about geometry and orbits. It's pure physics in motion.
Okay, but understanding the mechanics is really only one part of the story. It answers how, but it doesn't really answer why it matters. And that leads us to a completely new question.
What if we just shift our focus for a moment? What if the most important reason for watching the sky wasn't just to figure out the cosmos out there, but to understand how to survive and thrive right here on Earth?
And this brings us to our second perspective, one drawn from the deep, ancient knowledge of Australia's Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Here, the sky isn't a machine you analyze. It's a living guide that you read.
This quote, this really gets to the heart of it all. The sky isn't some separate thing from the land. It's deeply, fundamentally connected. Its patterns aren't just abstract cycles. They are direct messages about what's happening on the ground, a guide to the weather, to food, to the changing seasons.
So, how does this actually work in practice? Well, it works by creating a calendar that isn't based on dates and months, but on life itself. This table just brilliantly illustrates that connection. For tens of thousands of years, First Peoples have observed how signs in the sky are tied to signs in the environment, which then guide what people do. The rising of a specific star isn't just an astronomical event. It might signal that a certain plant is ready to harvest, or that the seasonal rains and changing winds are about to arrive. It's a completely integrated system of knowledge. Let's get really specific here. For coastal communities, the moon's phases are an incredibly precise tool for predicting tides. Knowing the difference between the really big tides at a full or new moon versus the smaller ones at a quarter moon is absolutely crucial. It tells you exactly when to go fishing or where to find shellfish on the coast. This is survival. And this knowledge extends to animals too. The position of a certain constellation might tell you that emus are about to nest, or that it's time for migratory birds to show up. This isn't just guesswork. It's a super sophisticated ecological calendar that ensures you're managing resources sustainably year after year, generation after generation. And of course, this living celestial calendar is just as important for plant life. Certain star patterns tell you when it's time to harvest yams, or when a particular fruit is going to be at its absolute sweetest. The sky is literally telling you when the land is ready to provide. It's fundamental to food security. So, here we are. We have these two incredible ways of seeing the sky. One is looking out to understand the vast cosmos, and the other is looking up to understand the world right here under our feet. And here's the most important point. These are not competing systems. They are complementary. The mechanistic view asks, why does it happen? And its outcome is predicting something amazing like a solar eclipse. The ecological view asks, what does it mean for us? And its outcome is predicting the arrival of seasonal rains or the best time to find food.
Both are powerful. Both are valid. Both are true.
Which really just leaves us with a final thought to chew on. We live in a world that often, prioritizes one way of knowing over another. But when we limit ourselves, when we only look at the sky, or anything really, through just one lens, what incredible connections, what vital wisdom, and what essential discoveries about our world do we miss out on?